You may have just logged into GTA Online today and seen that the new Pafista Australae is out in GTA Online. Well, that is correct. It's for a sale price of $1.475 million. In this video today, I'm going to be going over all the good and the bad, the pros, the cons. Should you buy it? Ultimately is the number one question. I'm sure you're curious, as I am myself. I've gone around the map, I've drove it through all different terrains, and I've found out and come to a consensus, which we'll get to later on in the video. First of all, we have got the vehicle for free from GTA Plus. The HSW performance upgrade has set us back quite a bit of money, but this vehicle does also come with the missile lock on jammer, which is a great addition. I went straight through the vehicle workshop in my mansion, went ahead, of course, upgraded the vehicle to its maximum potential, and this ultimately set me back almost $2 million. Now, keeping in mind that is without paying the full price. So if I were paying the full price, it would be around $3.5 million once I have upgraded everything. $3 to $3.5 million. Keeping in mind, I have unlocked everything as my character is almost a rank 500. But looking at the gameplay here, this was my first reactions, first time driving around Los Santos with the new Pafista Australae. And let me tell you, this vehicle is a great vehicle right off the bat. At face value, it looks amazing. You can see handling wise, acceleration, top speed is also phenomenal. We've got the headlights on the front of the vehicle as well. A little bit of a letdown. I don't think they actually flip up or flip down. I don't think there's an animation for that. I could be wrong. So if you could correct me on that in the comment section down below and you found out yourself, do be sure to let me know. At face value, I've got max armor on this vehicle. That car just took a massive shunt right there, and it didn't really take any damage. But you'll see later on, eventually, as this vehicle starts to take more damage, it's the armor doesn't really do too much. So from the get-go, I will say the handling is a bit on and off. Let's say some sections this handles like an absolute beast, and you'll see in this gameplay here, just after some rain, we take this turn here and look at that, just drifting around. Feels really nice, loosey-goosey. From that point, you'll find in other gameplay parts that this car doesn't handle the best, and where it lacks the most is actually brakes. So even with maximum brakes like HSW upgrades, you'll see that the brake bar is just like above. I believe it's the first bar. Even when you buy it stock and then you upgrade it after, it doesn't really change. So I did take it through all terrains. I went off-road through the mountains. Seems to handle okay. I would say it's not the best in terms of handling in off-road terrain. Keeping in mind this has got street vehicle tires on, and I will say this was quite impressive getting out of this situation here. But all in all, I will say this vehicle for top speed, getting away from the cops or any situation in that regard, it's a very class vehicle. It lacks in braking, it lacks a little bit in handling as well. However, I did find that the more I drove this vehicle around the map, I drove it for a solid 30 minutes. You'll find in this gameplay here, eventually I found the sweet spot. It's without doubt, it's a heavy car. It's not like your traditional supercar or hypercar, which I'm used to driving in GTA Online, where you're just used to everything being super twitchy, really reactive. The brakes are super strong, the acceleration's super heavy. This car here is a heavy car. It's a heavier vehicle, so do expect that. And after a while, I came to the consensus that I do think it is worth buying. However, if you are a new player and say you're strapped for cash, I would strongly suggest you don't purchase this right off the bat. There's plenty of other vehicles you can get out there for a much cheaper price. However, if you're an experienced player, be sure to pick this one up right away. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it did help you out. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, whether you've purchased it or not. In the meantime, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Take care. Captain out.